as discussed, we are going to be playing Dark Souls later today, but I want to talk about this trailer. I want to talk about all the different aspects that we can see in it. Mainly, I'm going to be focusing on lore, maybe some minor gameplay stuff. By lore, I mean themes, because obviously there's no lore to be found yet. I understand some people don't want to know anything about the game. They don't want to watch any trailers. Totally get it. That's normally me. That's normally me. But I basically get to be a part of this for the first time. Now I get to be here and share with all of you and discuss it. And we get to like talk about all the different things that we see and, you know, what do you call it? When you guess about stuff. Oh my God, I'm like, I literally said it in the Discord today. But when you like, when you guess about things that could be there, you know? But I haven't seen like nothing else. I don't know what anyone else is talking about. This is gonna be largely stuff that I noticed on my own. I have 2 different notebooks that I was like writing in like a mad person. Notes. Also, armored beasts, 2 exclamation marks. I underlined that, so that's a fun little. It's great to like look back, but it's different to be here for like the moment. I saw this like as it was happening. I wasn't watching Summer Games, but then I was like, I happened to be on Twitter, and then I just saw it's happening. Like someone in the Soulsborne community tweeted it's happening or something like that, and I immediately found it and watched it. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like I saw it as live as I possibly could. I'm normally like not there for this stuff. Oh my God, I'm just ridiculously excited. I noticed so many things. So I don't know, maybe we just like watch it. Let's just like watch it, and then maybe we'll like just, I don't know, figure stuff out. Okay, all right, chat, are you ready?
Peggy 16.
And I'm watching the Bandai Namco one because they have English subs. So there's a horse and it'd be sniffing, and then someone's petting the horse, which is like, whoa. Horse petting. And it's not just a horse, chat, it's a goat horse. It's like watching a movie with me. Definitely don't watch movies with me. Talking about Elden Ring? Because there's a trailer today, Dashing! Thank you. Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry I can't see your name. I'm blind. Okay. Okay. Look, it's also fall. There's like, it's fall over there. That's like Senpo Temple. Flowers. The whistle sound from Sekiro. Goat horse. It's like to watch a movie with me. I just point and say words. Not really. I'm actually pretty good at watching movies. It's some sort of turtle bell. Senpai Temple? Yeah. Answer the question. Look, there's like a face. Pot people!
Search of the Elden Ring.
Does a fucking pirouette. Like we're playing Witcher 3. My what big bells you have, turtle? Ooh. I've been watching this incessantly. I've never been this excited for a trailer in my life.
They will fight.
And then you do a thing. Look at that.
And they will die.
Hanging bodies, no big deal.
In an unending curse.
Why are we talking about Elden Ring? What do you mean, why? This is like. What do you mean, why? These time of day changes. Yeah, that's cool. Like, listen, that's cool. I love it. The time of day changes and such. Especially since they had that in the alpha version of DS3 and it was cut. That's my wife, by the way. My wife.
Well, a lowly tarnished, playing as a lord.
What kind of accent is that?
I command thee now.
Oh my God. That's a dark hand. Looks like some dark hand shit. Smo. Big tall man. Spooky church. You love to see a spooky church in a FromSoft game. You love to see it. Cool elk made of bones. The person, like, you love to see a lady sitting and a big knight next to her. It's just the hand, wing person, many hands. Oh, I can't get over it. Oh my God, I'm nerding the fuck out. Gauss wife is female penetrator confirmed. Yeah, does that not sound like my wife? It's gonna be the Lady D of this game? No, Glance, you wanna know who is the Lady D of this game? Pot guy. The pot enemy. That's literally who like, everyone's obsessed with pot person. I love it. I love it so much. So this is how it feels. Let's just do like an overarching theme of how this feels conceptually. First of all, the FromSoft other games elements are so obvious, but it doesn't feel like the same thing. For those of you who are around, you might have noticed when it was an Elden Ring leak that was like really brief, I was a little bit like, okay, it looks cool, it looks very exciting, but it looks a little bit too much like Dark Souls, and I feel like it doesn't have its own vibe yet. And I was like, I'd love to be wrong, but I kind of get the feeling that it's going to be very Dark Soulsian, and I would prefer something that really split itself apart of Dark Souls and felt really distinct. And I'm worried that I'll be a little like, over it. This trailer has completely changed my mind because you could see all the influences from other games. Heavy Sekiro influences, heavy Bloodborne influences. An Elden Ring Dragon chucks lightning at you reminds me of Sekiro. The concept of the divine realm using lightning. I'm not saying that's the theme. I'm not sure. But what can we glean from this? Okay, so I have some notes. And I'm kind of going to go through them, and then we'll kind of like watch, and I'll point out certain things. Also, I have some other tabs open. You might notice there are things that I want to talk about visually and in terms of like theme stuff. Okay, so the first lines of little dialogue from the lady, I feel it gives you so much. So first of all, we play as the Tarnished over, like, you know, it's always been like Chosen Undead, or what is it, Ashen One? So we're either like a Chosen Undead. What are we in the sign with, like some Kindle fucker? I don't know, whatever, we're some shit. But it's always been some sort of thing based in ash and the cycle of fire, whatever. And now we are the Tarnished One. Or at the least, we are trying to become the Tarnished, because we know that they are multiple Tarnished. You know? Okay, fire is very important. It's still important in this game. You could see lots of mentions of fire, but I think thematically it's important in a different way. What is Tarnished? Tarnished very specifically refers to metal, or at least it implies metal, and it means a dullness or loss of color, especially as result of exposure to air or moisture. That's what tarnished means. So like I literally like looked it up on Google just to get a full definition. So, and also it heavily implies like silver, I think bronze and copper are also known to tarnish. So it's really, really interesting that that's what we are now. Metal is going to be very important here. And then when you see the... and then grace. I want to talk about grace. So then it's something about... Oh, dang. What are the exact words? Let's go back to the beginning here. It looks almost like in Sekiro we're found or something. By this lady who kind of helps us out.
Will soon return.
The Tarnished suggests plural because later on, like what looks like a boss says, a lowly Tarnished, which means there are more than one of us. Just like the Ashen people or the undead, once they start to appear, shit is happening. Here we go. Guided by grace, once lost. And then it points to this tree. Now this tree is very much, it's almost directly drawn from Berserk. And I don't know Berserk, but I was really curious about what it was in Berserk. And I know it's just a thematic link, and I know there's a lot of stuff that's drawn from Berserk, but because we have so little information, I looked it up. So this is the World Spiral Tree from Berserk. Enormous tree, blah, blah. Basically what it does is it was the site of some sort of cataclysm, and it combines the physical and astral world or something like that. So what this suggests is it's kind of like in Demon Souls, where there's that, you know, the demon world or like the magic world, and they like locked it away to protect everyone. They locked magic away, and then inevitably people start fucking with magic again, and then bad stuff happens again. So the tree, and also, of course, the tree is drawn from various mythos. The one that comes to mind, of course, is Yggdrasil, which is the world tree, which is from Norse mythology, which is where a lot of, like, sort of the whole world exists in like spheres that all exist on the tree, on different branches of the tree. It's the idea of a gigantic world tree is not unusual. Also in Norse mythology, if I'm not mistaken, each of the spheres are represent different worlds, with like Asgard being where the gods live at the top, and then Midgard being like where we live. Humans is like kind of in the middle and like underneath, and you know, so that concept isn't that unusual to have that. So this has multiple draws, but I can't help but notice that it says guided by grace once lost. So that with grace returning, whatever grace is. Grace also implies religion. Religion, like something religious, something to follow. Grace is very much a word used very often in especially like Christianity and such. There's some minor things that I'm going to talk about that are ideas I have for gameplay, or things that I'm picking up on, but it's more about callbacks to previous games rather than being like, ooh, the one thing I'm going to say, we're obviously getting online, we're obviously getting invasions, we're obviously getting co-op. Like, this is just like, they've already shown phantoms doing PvP. Like, there's going to be invasions. I feel like everyone's talking about this. Like, what if there isn't invasions? And it's just like, all right, you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. And I can't help but notice, like, this tree, like, there's some sort of, it looks like fire is on top of it. It almost looks like it's sitting on top of something. And then, of course, we have lots of different references to trees or pillars, branches, and also simply the, like, trunks in various FromSoft games, you know? For example, Bloodborne, in the Hunter's Dream, we have, like, the trees sticking out of the ground, what look like trees anyway, off in the distance, and it's sort of implied to be, it hints toward Ash Lake and the trees that the world is sitting on and everything like that. So the concept of worlds sort of sitting on top of one another and trees is already ingrained very much in FromSoft's worlds. So I think the tree might be linked to grace. Also, it looks like a sun is literally sitting on the tree. Could that be perhaps the astral plane versus the physical plane, and different things are emerging from it? Also, Tarnish. Another thing about Tarnish I want to point out is, like, it takes time to become Tarnish, just like it takes time to become Ash from Dark Souls 3. So the suggestion of Ashen Ones emerging means that everything is burnt, and all that's left is ash. So similarly, like, things were sitting for a long time and then became tarnished, and now we're trying to come back into the fore, guided by grace. I don't know what it means, but it's so evocative. This hella makes me think of Senpo Temple. It's a gigantic mountain looking thing. It looks like there's more to it. Obviously it's kind of hidden, but the fall leaves, there's always fall leaves around Senpo. Also, look at this interesting banner. So as we see this scene, the dialogue says the Golden Order is broken to its core. And I just think metals are going to be very important in this game because we are the tarnished ones. So, you know, metal, right? Tarnished metal. So the Golden Order is perhaps linked to this. Where did I put it? I put down blindfolded husbandos confirmed. We will get to that. It's a big flag. Anyway, do you see how the... I'm gonna make this big. There we go, there we go. There's a tree on it. So the Golden Order... So look, right here, little banner, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, because I'm not allowed to use banner. Big old bannerino. And it says the Golden Order. So this must be the symbol of the Golden Order. Also because this fucking banner is like, you know, golden. Also, look at this. Look, it's like some sort of weird spectral shit over here. You see that? It looks like a weird thingy thing. So this looks kind of cool. I don't know what the heck's up with that. What is the Golden Order? Are they good? Maybe it's implied they're good. Maybe they're bad. I don't know. Let's continue. Oh, look at this. This looks like the symbol that's like the symbol, you know? Also, do those all look like roots? You know? And everything's floating and destroyed, which is really cool. Look, there's like bones in there. There's like bones.
To its core.
Bunch of dinguses around a bonfire. Pretty sun. Okay, also, the horse is a goat. The way his legs move is goat. He's like a horse and also a goat put together. And it's like, what? We will talk about goat horse because I have ideas. And like the concept, this is first introducing the concept of, I don't know how else to describe it, fusions? Fusing things together? And I know, like, almost like blacksmithing of people or alchemy of people. And I know this sounds fucking weird, but let me get to it. I'm sorry my mouse is in the way, but I'm clicking on stuff. Ooh. This turtle is cool as hell. Also a bell. Bells are like big. I really hope it's like an open world we can explore. What is that painting? Hang on. Shit, dude, I'm so slow. What is that painting? Show me the painting. It looks like I honestly cannot tell what that painting is. But there's lots of limbs hanging from the ceiling. Is that full people or is that just limbs? Because chat, to me, that looks like just limbs. Like some body parts, but mostly limbs. Like what is up with that? Looks like the world tree is on the golden banner. Yeah, so the golden order seems to be focusing on the tree. They are interested in the tree in some way, shape, or form. And grace being linked to the tree, like the fact that she says grace as the tree is on the screen. I understand the tree is on the screen a lot, but the first time we mention the tree, we also mention grace, or we see the tree, we mention grace, which is like interesting. How many times you watch this trailer? I don't know, like 8. I'll explain why the horse goat can jump that far and high. Yes, you can tell by its body. In fact, there's a picture I saw somewhere, I think it was on Twitter or something, that isn't quite, shown, but we can see the back legs and the front legs, and they look more like the cloven feet of a goat, cloven hooves or whatever, because like goats and horses, I believe, have different types of hooves. I'm not an expert on these animals, but just by the structure of how it jumps later on in the trailer, you can tell it's 100% more of a goat than a horse, at least in its body type. I kind of want to keep it small so I can like pause easier. So lots of body parts, very much like a centipede motherfucker. Also a crown. So this is some sort of important dingus. This looks like some catacomb shit. This looks like they look like Tumerians as well. They look like Tumerians from Bloodborne. Also, something about searching for the Elden Ring, whatever, and then emboldened by the flame of ambition. Flames are still important, but flames I think are important differently. We're no longer seeking a flame, relighting a flame, but what do you need a flame for? You need fire and heat to work metal. Think of like blacksmithing. Like in order to create things with metal, in order to shape and form metal, most of the time you need heat, you need a flame. Also, whenever I think of gold, I do think of alchemy in some way, shape, or form, but that's just the way like my mind works, because like the main goal of alchemy is to create the Philosopher's Stone, and one of the goals is to turn lead into gold, and also create like eternal life. So that's like the goal of alchemy, and gold is also always linked to that. Also, we're like hella silver. Our default armor is like hella silver, and silver is like, hella tarnished metal. Very easily tarnished. I have a feeling this guy's like our Gascoigne. This guy makes me think of a Gascoigne type. I can't really see what's up with him. Like he's got like some horns jutting out there. Is this his mouth? Like he looks kind of like a weird demon goat dingus, but also kind of a mushroom. He's got some mushrooms growing on there. Like, is that his head? Is that his coat? Or is that the background? I don't know. This guy just weirds me out. But I feel like he's kind of our Gascoigne type. He's probably going to be like one of the early bosses. I don't know. That's just a little weird guesserino. Really cool. People with many arms. Oh, this. Okay. So a lot of people are talking about these conjured weapons and stuff. I kind of feel like, first of all, they're cool as hell. We see this one, and later on, we see us sneaking up on a group of people in the cathedral looking place, and we do this weird crazy sweep with a spear. And what that made me think of immediately was Sekiro's prosthetics. Like we kind of get them, and then for example, like we can do this crazy slice with this thing that's gonna happen right here right now. Boom, and then it vanishes. Like I kind of feel like that's gonna be what it's like. Same with the spear, same with all of these sorts of things. More like prosthetics as opposed to sorcery. Yeah, I don't think, like, there's gonna be magic and stuff, potentially. I really don't know how they're gonna do it. But this conjured moment, it has this blue, and then that little symbol appears, and it's all sparkly and shiny. Keep this in mind. Also, keep blue in mind, because I think blue is gonna be really important in this game. And I don't think it's just because it looks magical. Oh, look, yeah. So the horse did a big jump because of the blue, circly stuff. But look at this. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. These back legs. I don't think that horses can do that with their legs. I don't know. I'm not like a horse expert, but this is like a goat hopping stance. This is like what mountain goats do. They're just like, nah, and they just go, nah, nah, and they just like do their weird, goofy little jumps. You know what I'm talking about?
In an unending
Oh, and this guy, look at this. This guy is what I'm talking about. So I know that might be us with different armor, but he's got a blindfold and he looks like a husbando. So blindfolded husbandos are confirmed. So yeah, this guy's really cool. He does like some cool husbando stuff. Definitely a 9S kind of situation. Nier Automata. This thing. He does the howl. And then it's like a beast wearing armor. It's a beast, but also armor. Armor and beast. Like, what? That is insane. This is some Bloodborne shit. But imagine if the people in Bloodborne used armor, you know? But this once again is making me think, like, this is making me think of fusions again. Like, it's a werewolf. It's a human wolf. We don't know how human-y they are, but the fact that he has his weapon, like, and it's scabbard, and he's wearing armor, suggests that he still has some semblance of humanoid intelligence. So he's not just a complete beast like he would be in Bloodborne, right? So similar to the fact that the horse is also kind of a goat, and this person is also kind of a wolf. There's a concept of fusing things together, which is going to be furthered later on in the trailer. Oh, this shit. Okay. This is what I'm talking about with the blue glow. So this right here is going to be the new popping an ember. This thing looks like a silver... looks like a black box from Nier Automata, I'm not going to lie. But it's basically a silvery metallic box that we pop, and it makes this nice little tinkling sound. Very sort of metallic, almost like a bell noise, kind of. And then we probably get we are, whatever the word is, we're like tarnished or whatever. The equivalent of enkindled. This is like humanity or popping an ember, right? So this turns us into a different form, which then allows us to do online, which is implied by the fact that the next scene is us summoning phantoms. It makes this tinkling noise. They're kind of blue-hued, kind of silvery, not the pure white we're familiar with, and then these sparkles come off of them. They're linking things that are conjured, summoned, but also linked to the concept of tarnished and metal with blue sparkles and blue glows and magic. Yeah, it could be the summoning item. It could be like the bell that you use in Bloodborne, or it could be like, you know, whatever item you use to do PvP. But either way, whatever it is, it seems linked to online, but also it still has that silvery, bluey glow. Everything linked with magic is a silvery, bluey glow in this game. It's not, you know, fire, because we're not fiery anymore. Also, look at this dingus with the whip. Look how cool he is. This shit. Okay. So this is a dragon. Not only is it a dragon, but it's a fucking silver dragon in a lake of flame. This looks like something we'll encounter. Remember that scene at the start of the trailer where it showed us the Golden Order is destroyed or whatever the shit, and then we see this sort of lava-looking place with the fall tree. So this is it again. So this, and also the fact that it's silver, you know, once again, metal tarnished, and the dragons having metal-like scales is prevalent. Like, they use scales to upgrade certain weapons in Dark Souls, which means that they're used by blacksmiths, which means that they're linked to metal. So conceptually, it's a very comparable thing. And then we have this it has 4 wings, first of all, which is just cool. But look at the design on its wings. It looks like a cooled lava flow. Like, I literally looked it up so I can compare. But look at the design, kind of how it goes outward. Kind of like this. Or like this. This is a good one to kind of see what the wing looks like. Look at how comparable that is. It almost looks like lava flowed and then cooled in its wings, which links to, and obviously it's breathing fire. Really important, makes me think of really important things. I feel like I can't like word everything that I want to say because I'm way too excited. All right, let's continue. So it's the same dragon that used the lightning. I understand. Okay, that does make sense. So this dragon does the fire thing, and it's like, Rah! And then it also does a lightning and goes, Rah! Which is cool because it's like the divine dragon from Sekiro. The horse jumps twice. I know we talked about that already, but he does like a magic jump with the blue. So the blue is linked to magic, which is not new. You know, that's like, you know, magic and sorcery is always blue, but blue seems like bigger in this game. It seems more blue. You know what I'm talking about? This dragon looks sick, by the way. Look at him, he's smiling. He's like, heh, heh. Look at that fucking background. Are those gravestones? Is that a tower? Probably. Why is there electric, lightning, fire everywhere? I don't know. I love it. What the fuck is all this over here? I don't know. I love it.
Flowers is a champion.
This person is a cat. I just want you to know that. Look, he's a cat man. He's a fucking cat man. Kashida, where's your coin? This Kashida is not interested in your coin. This Kashida is interested in fucking battle. But no, the way that the trailer does it, you only get to see that it's like a beast person for like 0.2 seconds. I feel like there's a concept of, I guess hybridization could be another word. Hybridization, fusion, combining things, whether it's putting more arms on someone, getting more limbs, fusing a person with a dragon head. It's almost like people are parts and you're able to kind of mix and match them and do whatever you want with them. Similar to animals. So that's why this guy is a beast guy. He's a man beast, a beast man. Or beast lady. God, I hope she's a woman. That'd be fucking cool, dude. I want a fucking mean cat lady to beat the shit out of me over and over again. That's like my favorite thing in the whole world. And this lady, oh my fucking god. Okay, it's really hard to see. I'm sure you guys have noticed it though, because it's like she has no right arm, and then she puts like, and it doesn't look like there's anything there. It almost looks like a hole, but it could just be like missing. And then she puts this on to her armor, and then she uses that right arm in order to stab the fuck out of some lucky bastard. Do you know what I mean? It's all over her eyes, but also going down to her neck. She looks, I want to say burned, but dare I say tarnished? I don't know. She looks marred in some way. And I don't know exactly what that means, but the fact that it's going over the eyes suggests something to do with, well, lots of things. The fire keepers have covered eyes. I don't think her eye is covered. It literally, okay, it's really hard to see. I'll full screen it and try to like look at it, but it doesn't look like fabric or material. It looks uneven, and it kind of goes down like over her nose, down her face, and even extends to her neck. So it looks to me like something's not right there. Do you know what I mean? You can kind of see the outline of her eye, sort of. So it seems to be there, but I don't think that it's fabric. I don't think it's a blindfold. I think I want to use the word tarnish, but I don't know about it. Also, my favorite scene of the trailer, I'm sure everyone's favorite scene of the trailer, right here, baby.
To be born.
Imagine just yeeting some dingus into the air and then just boom, like turn him into a fucking shish kebab. God damn, I wish that were me. Anyway, this is a fucking boss, by the way. Like, this is a fucking boss. And you want to know which boss it's reminiscent of? Fucking Artorias. Who is also missing an arm / has a damaged arm? Our fucking Torius. Who beats up an enemy that you can fight later on in their cutscene for their boss? Fucking Artorias. Who is also corrupted, damaged, tarnished in some way? In this case by the Abyss. Artorias. This is Lady Artorias, and she's a redheaded queen, and I love her. Like, I'm already in love with Artorias, but oh my god. Also, Artorias, oh my god. Okay, this is just a minor thing. This is just me being like, so Artorias is linked to the color azure. Like, he has this azure little thingy, and his armor's all azure. It specifically uses the word and color azure. And it's in a game where fire is very important, fire being like orangey red. And this is a complete reversal. This is a game that's, you know, blue is the magical color and very important. It seems to be linked to lots of stuff. And the lady is represented by her gorgeous red hair and her little scarfarino. And I'm like, oof. I love it. I love this. I love this. It's going to be really hard for me to kill this boss because I'm probably going to just want to hang out with her forever. Oh, this. Okay. So this is the guy with 500 billion arms, and he's also petting what looks like a marred dragon skull that doesn't seem to be functional. And then later on, he appears in the trailer with what looks like the dragon on, like the dragon head. It's like a severed dragon neck attached to his arm, and he uses it as a weapon. So it kind of seems like in this world, people can just kind of put different body parts onto them, whatever they want to do. And make themselves stronger. So like it's just in a world where you need arms to be cool. I don't know.
A lowly tarnished. Playing.
Look at how fucking cool we are though. Look at that. I don't know. I might be looking too into it because it's just an armor, but it's like the default armor that like is like the cover armor. But the fact that it looks like there's fur on it, like there's fur made into the metal, and then there's feathers made into the metal. And, you know, the whole thing I'm talking about with hybridization and animals being like kind of fused together and fusing you with animal parts. I don't know, it's fucking weird, but like it just seems interesting. And also those look like the roots kind of from the tree. I don't know. Pictures.
I command thee.
Oh my god, Neil. Oh my god. Oh my god, I love it. Look at it. I just this. Okay, once again, magic is linked to this blue swirly shit. And then we have, looks like there's like a gargoyle and they have lanterns. This, by the way, looks stunning. Like I can just imagine walking up right over here and wandering on in and then going to this door and it says unlocked from other side and I'm like, fucking damn it. And then I kind of meander over here and then there's a staircase and then there's a bunch of platforming and then, you know, you enter through here and then you go all around here and then you end up down here and then you open it from the other side and you're like, wow, a shortcut. Anyway, so this particular section is just blowing my mind. Also, it makes me think of the Healing Church and the catacombs, the Cathedral of the Deep from Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3, Cathedral of the Deep. And the Cathedral of the Deep was always like, they're on their own shit. You know what I mean? They're up to some weird shit. But it's super magical out here. They got like all this pure magical energy. Also, the tree is not in sight. And I don't know necessarily what that means, but it almost seems like perhaps that this church is drawing upon a different source of magic other than the tree. I'm not saying the tree is a source of magic, but I'm kind of, you know, there's definitely some interesting concepts of the tree being linked to magic in some way, shape, or form. Right here. So this, we have stealth, and then he has like a blue rod, and it has like a staff, and then it has the blue coming out of it, which is interesting. They remind me of the evangelist, which there is one or two evangelists. I think there's only one in the Cathedral of the Deep. Okay, and this next scene right here is what makes me think that this is like a prosthetic. And that, I don't know, maybe like that. And this, I don't know what this is, but I can't wait. I absolutely cannot wait. Look at this. Is this us? You know? And then are those claws? Dual-wielding claws, we can become Wolverine. I'm so fucking excited. Moonlight Moose? That's gotta be an elk, I think. Or a deer, or maybe a caribou? I don't fucking know. And also, look at this little deer. There's little baby deer around here. This reminds me of actually a boss fight in Elder Scrolls Online. That's not a lore thing. That's just a reminiscent thing. This, okay. So this is like some kind of weird Dingus King. And then there's just a lady sitting in a chair and she's also got a mask. And then she's got her husband all night. This husband all night, this is going to be my drip, okay? That's like the coolest shit. Garland and Estrella for sure. Yep, I was totally thinking Garland of Estrella. Also, the blind lady in Dark Souls 3 and her husband Knight, who's kind of a dick, but he looks really cool. You know, him. I love this. I love some sort of holy lady who's very gentle, protected by a big, strong knight. I love that theme in the FromSoft games. It's so fun and interesting. This guy's gonna be my best friend. I don't even know, but this is an NPC, and I'm guessing this is gonna be some sort of Big Hat Logan lore type. He's gonna be like, yes, I have to access the Duke's archives in order to learn shit about crystals. You know, that's gonna be this guy. He's my best friend. Also, there's lots of hands. There's like that guy with the eye. Okay, this scene, this reminds me of the moment we get grabbed by the moon presence at the end of Bloodborne. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, should this be in the trailer? Like, I'm getting like, this is endgame vibes out of this. You know what I mean? Also, the fact that it looks like it has gold in its blood, you know? I don't know. I just kind of get like the whole tarnished blacksmithing, stuff like that. Manus hand? Yeah, it's very Manus-y, but it's also menacing. Actually, they look like they're from the same material as the tree. Like the sort of glowy golden hue of the tree, and the little feathers falling. So this makes me think of the tree. There's some kind of tree angel figure. This is what I mean. He uses right here. He's using the dragon neck as an arm in order to do dragony fire attacks, while he also has many other arms. Like, what's up? He's a one-man army. You know, get it? Yeah, so this symbol looks like the symbol we see at the start of the trailer. Where is it? The symbol for Elden Ring looks like this, but they added a bunch of like extra tree root looking motherfuckers. Also, what is this? Like, I want to go here. There's so much to see in this. There's so much. I feel like every time I watch it, I see something else. Like, this is Majula. You summon your magical goat. I want a magical goat horse that I could just ride, you know? And braid its mane. Also, I was gonna say, the horse looked weird. It kind of looked like a little chonker. And now I get it. It's because the horse is also a goat and he's got little short legs. It's like, you know, the Golden Order being like a group, but it could also be like the way the world is, like a literal world order. It could be, it is a Venn diagram. Yeah, also a Venn diagram. I didn't even think about that. I didn't notice that. I wonder what that could mean. It also makes me think of this picture, wherever the, like this, you know? So this is the Ash Yggdrasil. This is like a painting by Friedrich Wilhelm Heine. The other names for the tree. The tree is an example of sacred trees and groves in Germanic paganism and mythology, and scholars in the field of Germanic philology have long discussed its implications. Oh, that really does build upon a Tolkien reference. I wonder if Tolkien... Okay, if Tolkien's in it, that's fucking fine. But if Martin did anything, I'd be disappointed. Yeah, sorry, this picture right here of the tree, how it's like a circle, and then there's like a world in it. Elden Ring. Let's go! Oh my god, it's an amalgamation of different franchises, and then all the people are little amalgamations of different animals and body parts. What? The Golden Order has been broken. Rise, tarnished, and be guided by grace to brandish the power of the Elden Ring and become an Elden Lord in the lands between. Yo, is that not things betwixt? Lands between, things betwixt. So in Berserk, the tree exists as something that brings the two different worlds together and was the source of a really big cataclysm. And then now we have the lands between. So it's like a different world. It's kind of like how Boletaria is like stuck in the fog in Demon Souls, you know? There's always like this... It's like a liminal space where lands are kind of fused together. And they kind of, like a new world is created between worlds. Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring, known as the Great Runes. And the mad taint of their newfound strength triggered a war, the Shattering. A war that meant abandonment by the Greater Will. Dude, there's so much shit going on in here. What is this? Oh, I missed this. Hang on. In the lands between, ruled by Queen Marika the Eternal, the Elden Ring, the source of the Erd Tree, has been shattered. Erd Tree? So this is the fucking, they call it the Erd Tree in this. So the Elden Ring, which is, so wait, the tree, the ring begat the tree is what we're learning. And now the guidance of grace will be brought to the tarnished who were spurned by the grace of gold. The grace of gold. Because now we're going to be graced, we're going to be the grace of silver, baby. We're spurned by the grace of gold and exiled from the lands between. Ye dead who yet live. Okay, we're basically the chosen undead again. Your grace long lost, follow the path to the lands between, beyond the foggy sea to stand before the Elden Ring. Okay, if I wanted to create a fanfiction that was like, hey, this is like copying Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Bloodborne and Sekiro's homework and like making it a little different. And I mean that with absolute love. Absolute love. I love it. I love it. I love it. Was it because Martin was inspired by was it the War of the Roses? Was it the War of the Roses he was inspired by? And it's all like betrayal and... This particular section, the mad taint, their newfound strength triggered a war, the Shattering. This one line sounds like Martin. Listen, Martin is just a fan fiction writer of the War of the Roses. And once again, I'm not even roasting him this time. It was good. You draw, like, writers want to draw upon history. He took that war and made it real and modern, and now people are obsessed with it all of a sudden. It's fucking sick. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking cool. But yeah, this sounds like Dark Souls. This sounds like Dark Souls, and this sounds like Dark Souls with a little hint of Martin. This is the little splash of Martin that I'm hearing, because the whole concept of like people gaining power and then going mad with it, it's pretty Martin-y. That's pretty much like human hubris. Also, so there's lots of like different figures. So we have a god who is Queen Marika the Eternal, and then like what happened? Like why she's like Gwyn, but then where is she? You know what I mean? Like, where is she? I really hope that we get to meet her, but I don't know how it's going to be structured. And also I just have to wonder, it's ambiguous here, but so it's ruled by Queen Marika, and then it just says the Elden Ring has been shattered. So where was she? You know, what is she doing? There's got to be, there's no clear answer to that yet, because Gwyn Gwyn very clearly gave up his life, sort of, and his strength and everything to link the flame. And it was selfish what he did. And he thought he was doing, but he to a point, he thought he was doing the right thing for him and his. Like, the fact that it doesn't have a name, but it's just the grace and the greater will suggests that it's some other force. Like, what? Oh man, what could it be? It's so interesting. Imagine they were hands-on for a deal of production. Oh, right. Y'all are talking about Dark Souls 2. And I don't know. Also, the foggy sea, and then the Boletarian fog, you know, and become the Elden. Key features. Journey through the lands between. A new fantasy world created by Hidetaka Miyazaki, creator of the influential Dark Souls video game series, and George R.R. Martin, author of the... and whatever, dude. He did some shit, I guess. Unravel the mysteries of the Elden Ring's power. Encounter adversaries with profound backgrounds, characters with their own unique motivations for helping or hindering your progress, and fearsome creatures. Explore on a goat horse. Elden Ring features vast, fantastical landscapes and shadowy, complex dungeons that are connected seamlessly. Look at this. Traverse the breathtaking world on foot or on horseback, alone or online with other players, and fully immerse yourself in the grassy plains, suffocating swamps, spiraling mountains, foreboding castles, and other sights of grandeur on a scale never before seen in a From Software title. Ooh! Yeah, patch is gonna hinder. Oh man. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. The tarnished were spurned by the grace of gold. So gold is like linked to the divine people. So like gold is like what the gods have in the golden order, and those who were rejected by it were put out of the lands between. And then we get to come back, kind of like Dark Souls 2. But here's the thing about gold. Gold is famous for being incredibly weak, very easily bent and broken. It needs to be fused with other metals in order to have any sort of strength to it. Just gold alone, while highly valuable, is like the weakest, most malleable metal on this earth, but cannot tarnish. What can tarnish is a lot of others, like bronze. Wait, hang on. Bronze, copper, and silver. Those are the big ones, right? So that's definitely like synonymous with discolor, stain, rust, oxidize, and corrode, but also sully, besmirch, blacken, smirch, stain, blemish, blot, taint, etc. Right? So it's one of those words. It's a really fantastic double meaning in this case, because we are linked with metal, which tarnishes like metal does, but we're also linked with being abandoned by the grace of gold. So yeah, what it seems to me here is that she finds us, which is like Emma. Emma is sent by someone to find us, and then she, as in Sekiro, and she frees us from the well by giving us... Also, can we talk about how the tree looks like a phantom? Like, the tree looks like a phantom from a previous game. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm obsessed. I can't wait to play this game. I'm gonna cry. And then look at this guy. I like this guy right over here. And also look at the pretty little blue water lilies. It's so pretty. Since I'm seeing more and more Norse mythology references, is she not kind of like a Valkyrie? The moment I saw this armor, the first thought in my mind was Valkyrie, but I didn't say it because I'm like, I don't know. I think that's stretching a little. But now that I'm seeing more and more Norse links, the deer potentially, the tree, her armor, like I'm starting to think like there's might actually be more Norse mythology. Maybe not Norse though. Maybe not Norse. Well, kind of Norse, but like Germanic in general. Okay, let's I think we're good because we've been talking about this for like 2 hours, which is like lit. But let's get some Dark Souls in here before I forget how to play video games.